Hey yogis, for today's class, all you need is your mat and a blanket. So we'll start in any seated position that feels good to you. Maybe it's crossed legs, maybe it's sitting on your knees, maybe you sit on that blanket. Wherever you are, close the eyes, roll the shoulders back and down. Sit up nice and tall, crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. And close the eyes, unclench that jaw. And just start to take notice of where your breath is. Take notice of how everything feels, where your mind is. And bring those hands to heart center. Set an intention for today's class, whether it be for you or somebody else, maybe just one word. And we'll take one cleansing breath to release that intention into the universe. So big inhale through the nose. As you exhale, let out a big sigh. Bring those hands down by your side. Roll those shoulders back and down a few times. And rolling forward. Come back to center, sit up nice and tall. Bring that right ear to your right shoulder. Option to give yourself a little pull with that right arm. You can take your left hand and press it down into the ground, or maybe walk it all the way out. Inhale back to center, sit up nice and tall, and take that left ear to the left shoulder. Same options with those arms. Be mindful that one side could feel a little bit tighter than the other. Maybe you need a little bit more on one side. And come back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up, interlace the fingers with the palms to face the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the arms out in front of you, tuck the chin to the chest, round the spine. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, out in front. Inhale, bring those arms up. And as you exhale, take it over to the right. Gaze up at those fingertips, stretching out the neck and the side left body. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the left. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Slowly release. So make your way onto all fours into a tabletop position. So if you have any issues with your knees, feel free to take that blanket and have your knees resting on the blanket. Your wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Keep your toes curled under. On that inhale, tailbone sticks out, belly drops, head and chest go forward for our cow. As you exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest like a scared Halloween cat. Moving with your own breath, take a few rounds of your cat-cow. Shake out anything you need to. Maybe shake that head yes and no. Maybe shake the hips from side to side. Take one more round, come back to center. Extend your right leg back behind you, lift it up, flex that foot. An option here to maybe add in that left arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg comes back and up. Maybe that right arm comes up with it. Exhale, release a little bit faster. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale. Inhale, opposite side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, one more time each side. Exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Take the fingertips towards the side walls and just sway from side to side. Give those wrists a little bit of love. If you need a little bit more in your wrists, feel free to bring those fingertips towards the knees. Come forward and back a few times. And come back to center. Bring the knees wide to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Press your hands into the mat. Lift your head, gaze forward. Flip your right palm to the ceiling. Slide your right hand underneath the left, right cheek to the mat. And gently come back to center into that child's pose for one breath. And press those hands into the mat. Gaze forward, lift the head. Flip that left palm, slide it underneath the right, left cheek to the mat. And come back to center into that child's pose. Walk your hands out as far as you can. Lift the palms so that you're on your fingers like these little spider hands. And then walk your fingertips over to the right, any amount. Coming back through center, walk them over to the left. And come back to center and rise it on back up into that tabletop on all fours. And reach your right arm up, gaze at that right thumb. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, release. One more time, each side. Inhale, right arm comes all the way up. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, release. So come onto both sitting bones. Extend your legs all the way out in front of you. Give them a nice big shake. Option here to have the blanket on you for just a little bit of added weight for a little bit more in your hamstrings. Either way, inhale, reach those arms up. As you exhale, fold forward any amount here. With every inhale, grow a little bit taller. Every exhale, sink just a little bit deeper, trying to get that torso and the belly onto the thighs, even if it's nowhere close. Slowly rise it on up, head coming up last. Remove that blanket. Bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace the fingers over the toes. Inhale, lengthen up. As you exhale, come forward any amount. Let the elbows come in front of the shins. Give yourself a little wiggle left and right a few times. Just releasing any low back tension. Slowly rise it on up. Extend your left leg all the way out. Bring that right sole of the foot into the left thigh. Reach the arms all the way up. Turn the torso towards that left leg. And as you exhale, forward fold any amount. Inhale, slowly rise it on up, and we'll switch out those legs. Right leg extends, the left sole of the foot comes into the right thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up, turn that torso. Exhale, fold all the way down. Slowly rise on up, head coming up last. Shake out those legs. Bend your knees here. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. Bring your hands down behind you. Fingertips can face in or out. It's really just wrist preference. Slide your feet on in. Lift one foot and then the other. Keeping your thighs glued together in our boat pose, our Navasana. Just start to tap the toes down to the mat one at a time. Last two. Last one. Bring those soles of the feet together again. Interlace the fingers over the toes and lengthen up and forward fold. Slowly rise it back up. We'll take that boat pose one more time. Hands come behind you, soles of the feet down. Slide the feet on in. Lift one foot and then the other. And this time hold it here. Option to maybe bring the hands underneath the thighs or maybe out by your side in front of you. Keeping those thighs glued together. They're going to want to come apart. Really use that core strength. Breathe, 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 breathe. And then bring those soles of the feet together, forward fold into that butterfly. Little wiggle left and right, little sway side to side. Shake that head yes, shake it no. And gently rise it on up. So you're going to take that blanket. And if you don't have a blanket, you can always use a towel, and you're just going to roll it up into this little roll. It's like a cylinder. So you're going to come onto your right hip, and you want to place that blanket at your right hip, leaning all the way over onto your right side. Excuse me, Cody. And then extending your left arm up and clasping your hands together. Just releasing all of the toxins here, so it doesn't seem like we're doing a lot, but anytime we use a blanket or a bolster or a prop for poses like this, we're just releasing toxins, and we're also giving ourselves a little bit more of a side body bend here than we would have naturally, so opening up the left side just a little bit more. Bring your left hand down to the ground. Start to press your way in to a seated position. Rise it on up, just shake it all out. And we'll take that to the other side. So come onto that left hip. Bring that blanket all the way in. Knees are bent. Left hand comes down. Reach your right arm up and then bring it all the way over to that left hand. And take notice how one side feels a little bit different than the other. Slowly bring that right hand down. Start to press your way into that seated position. So we're going to keep that blanket rolled up just the way it is into that little cylinder, that little ball. You're going to place it at the top of your mat. So bring the blanket right by your low back, right by your sacrum. Bend your knees here. Start to lower yourself all the way down. And then let the head be super duper heavy. Bring the palms up towards the ceiling. If this is okay on your low back, you can bring the soles of the feet together for a reclined butterfly, or maybe extend them all the way down, whatever feels good to you. A lot of times we don't get to have this back bend where we're all the way back. We're always hunched over at our desk, so this should feel really, really nice. 5 more breaths here. And to safely get out of this pose, bend your knees, soles of the feet come down to the ground. Roll on over to either side body in that fetal position. And then gently press your way into a seated position. You can remove the blanket over to the side for now. Keep it in that shape. We're going to use it in a little bit. And then lower yourself down onto your low back. Hug the knees into the chest. Make circles in each direction once you get there. Bring your arms out into a T. As you exhale, the knees come over to the right, gaze over those left fingertips. If the knees start to separate, feel free to use your right hand to give yourself a little bit of a pull. Inhale, bring those knees back into center. Exhale them over to the left. Gaze over those right fingertips. And come back to center. Windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Coming back to center, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Right hand comes through that little triangle you just made, and then interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. Pull those knees on in. Maybe see if you can keep both feet flexed here for a little bit more in your hips. This is our reclined pigeon. Really great pose for our hips, our low back. Two more breaths here. And slowly release. Uncross that ankle, windshield wiper those knees from side to side. And coming back to center, left ankle crosses over that right knee, left hand through that triangle, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Maybe you flex the feet, maybe you don't. Take notice again how one side feels different than the other. With everything we do, sometimes one side is tighter. Usually the left side in our pigeon pose is the tighter side, so just be mindful. Slowly release. Uncross that ankle, windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Hug those knees into the chest. Make circles with those knees going out. And then make circles going in. And come back to center. So grabbing that blanket, coming into our Shavasana, we'll take that rolled up blanket and place it right underneath our knees. Lay all the way back down. Let the palms face up to give and receive positive energy. Close your eyes, unclench your jaw. Remove the tongue from the top of the mouth and just breathe. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just breathe. Bring your awareness to your toes, to your ankles, to the calves, all the way up to the hips. Hopefully the hips feel a little bit more open after class. The legs feel a little bit longer, you feel a little bit lighter. And bring that awareness all the way up to the core, into the low back. Hopefully just a little bit stronger. Bring that awareness to your shoulders. A little less hunched, a little more open. And bring that awareness to your mind. Maybe a little less scattered for today. Maybe your breath just a little bit more even. And then start to deepen that breath. Big inhales, bigger exhales. Wiggle those fingers and the toes. Circle the wrists, the ankles. Move the head from side to side. Hugging one knee into the chest, the other to follow. Exhale, roll over to either side body in that fetal position. Keeping your eyes gently closed, press your way into any seated position you'd like. Bring your hands to heart center once you get there. Bow your head, thanking yourself for taking time to work on you and only you today. Coming back to that intention, always knowing that wherever you are enough. One big cleansing breath. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. The light in me shines brightly because of the light that shines so brightly in you. Together, we light up the sky, from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day.